Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining us. We're in the shop talking about axles again. This time about rebuilding them. And basically I want to take you guys along for the ride. I've already dug into the disassembly and I'm on the reassembly of a front axle. But what I wanted to show you guys, or talk to you about rather, is the fact that if I can rebuild a front axle, so can you. They can be very intimidating. I was intimidated for years. And to disassemble one, there's only a few tools required. I hope you can see them here, but some sockets, a couple ratchets, a pipe, a hammer, that's about it. So if you're in a situation where you got a bad bearing, your axle seals are bad, you can do it. I know you can do it. What you will require on reassembly, you'll need some sort of like race and seal driver kit. I bought this at Harbor Freight, I don't know, $20 a couple years ago. It's been amazing. And then the only other, well, not the only other thing, but Amazon special, this is a axle seal install kit. So you put it in where the carrier was and you tighten this up and it basically just pushes the seals into position. Now the big deal is a press. I don't have a press, but I have buddies who do. So if you're, now this only kind of applies unless you're setting up brand new gears. I do not have the tools for that. I take that somewhere and have professionally done because I can't do that. But what I did here was I'm reinstalling the factory 410 gears, and all I have to do is put it back exactly the way it was. So the races are driven back where they need to be, shims are put back in their proper locations, and theoretically, I shouldn't have to check any like tolerances or whatever. It should be good to go. Now we probably will give it a look because this Jeep is supposed to go to a buddy of mine in Colorado. He's talking about flying into Indiana and driving it home. So I want it perfect for him. But I feel confident enough in doing this. So I will probably take you guys along here as there's a cool little mod that you can do, not a mod, a tip, I suppose, for the locker engagement switch in a Rubicon. And so we'll do that. We'll put the carrier back in. I've already started to reassemble it, like the drive shaft bolted in. We'll throw the axle shafts back in it, and then we'll get to disassembling the LJ, get that beam out of there and put in the bad boy. Okay guys, we're gonna start with the axle seals. Now, again, I already got the pinion in. You're gonna wanna make sure that the inside of this bad boy is clean. So we're gonna start with our axle seals. If you need a part number, I can help you out with that. But what I am gonna do is kind of get him started here, just a tad, so he stays in place. I'm gonna try to do this with the camera here. Okay, I'm not tapping that one. All right. So our device slides in one side. Tighten this nut up. Let's see if we got it here. Okay, so we're at attempt number 2 here. I'm
My first little thing I made didn't work. So what's happening is we have the locker switch here, and what happens is the collar on the locker will sit here, and when it locks, it comes out, this plunger comes out, and it tells the dash that the locker is locked. So what you have to do is make a spacer and put your stuff back in and then pull your spacer out. What I've done was used a, hopefully you can see it here, it's a little piece of bearing that I actually destructed out of this thing. So I've got it wedged in there like that with a little bit of copper wire, and we're gonna see if it will stay put or not. Time will tell. Okay, moment of truth. Can we slide this forward? I think it already fell out. Okay, so I guess we won't know till it's back together whether that worked or not. Time will tell. So we put our little air clip back on. Gonna need something for that. Okay, and then that is back in. I'm gonna hit it with some torque here. Okay, so next we're gonna see if we can put just a little bit of air to it and see if the locker actuator works. Looks like it works to me. Watch again here, watch that actuator right here. Sorry, I'm breathing heavy. That actuator works. Nice. All right, let's go. So just a quick note for you guys. If I don't remember if I talked about this in our locker axle video or not, but the Rubicon, the TJ Rubicon, TJLJ 03 to 06, all have a factory air locker front and rear. The front, when it's not locked, it is open. The rear, when it is unlocked, it acts as a limited slip, okay? So the rear lockers are known to break. The limited slip just doesn't do well. So if you're out wheeling, it's best to have that rear locker locked so it's not slipping. So anywho, it is completely different from any other air locker on the market in that it only takes 5 PSI to lock this guy. So I had a little bit more than 5 PSI in my airline that I was just testing it with, but I just barely squirted it in there. So if you go over 5 pounds of pressure, it'll blow this actuator sky high. Figuratively speaking, of course. And you cannot get these anymore. So just be careful, I guess is my point. An ARB locks anywhere from, I think it's 85 PSI to 105 PSI. So if you blow your factory Rubicon pumps out and you're like, hey, I'm gonna just run an ARB compressor or the likes, you're gonna blow that thing up. So I just wanted to point that out to you guys. So we're gonna start reassembly now.
Okay guys, so this is pretty much wrapped up. I'm gonna do a thing off camera. Front air pump wasn't working, so I'm gonna diagnose that. But this baby is almost ready to drive.
Oh, hi, kitty.
Okay, so it cut off on us, but this is in the garage. We're gonna get at it. That's your next video, guys. Take care. Thank you so much. Happy Thanksgiving. Take care, guys.